What is a common death that could easily be avoided? Starting shit in bars. You'd be surprised how quickly a bar fight can escalate to someone getting their head cracked open or paralyzed. All you have to do is just not take it personally, move on with your business and don't engage in petty squabbles. Worked in the ER, one of the trauma cases of the week was a 25-year-old who was in a drunk bar fight and got decked. He sustained a fall from standing and he died. Sadly, some cunts just go looking for fights and will force them upon you if you turn away. Haha, pick the Aussie in the comments. Some cunts are just silly cunts, some cunts are good cunts. Other cunts go out to bars to be cunts. The carbon monoxide deaths in Texas last year come to mind as especially tragic because a lot of people just didn't know how to avoid them, like by not turning on the car in a closed garage. One cause of CO poisoning that's much less well known is starting a car when its exhaust and up to their tires are buried in snow. The exhaust collects under the car, having nowhere to go thanks to the snow, then re-enters the car through the wheel wells and other areas, filling it with CO and killing anyone who's inside trying to stay warm. Happens to dozens of people every year when a sufficiently large snowstorm hits an area. Yep, happened in my country last week and took lives. Visitors in the area. Pakistan? In conflict that is looking to turn violent? Walk away. Swallow the ego and walk away. There's a number of people who would still be alive if they followed this. I think this also applies to a lot of conflicts with strangers generally. It's really senseless to argue with a stranger and especially to let that escalate into a fight. I mean, what is a good outcome there? You take a risk of getting at least punched, sued, injured or killed just to win and not see that person ever again if you're lucky? That wouldn't even be worth a bruise for me. It's not manly or strong to carry out those conflicts. Strong real men choose their conflicts wisely and don't resort to violence but solve their problems with words where necessary. You either talk things out with people you are close to or you walk away. Vehicle accident fatalities. So many are due to DUI, texting, drowsiness, carelessness. If people just took driving more seriously and realized it was a privilege rather than a right and that their road rage/road policing/rushing can result in killing someone, maybe people would slow down and take more care. I live in a pretty bad area for driving. People can't stay in their lanes when the road curves, they merge over without checking blind spots, they merge over going 20 miles per hour less than the posted speed limit when you're right on top of them, etc. etc. It is one of my biggest fears that my soul will die in some utterly stupid and fully preventable auto accident because some jackass was being a careless, and therefore enormously dangerous, driver. Sadly, the people that are dying aren't always the people making stupid decisions. Exactly. I was driving home one rainy night and saw a car without headlights try to change lanes and drove another car into the guardrail. And then they kept fucking driving. I ended calling the non-emergency line to report it as a hit and run. But it freaks me out a bit. You could just be driving home or to the store and doing everything right and some jackass can come along and fuck all that up. Drowning. Practice water safety and teach your kids. It's so sad to hear of a child that drowned from falling in a pool when supervision and education could have prevented that. Edit. Thank you for the award and the helpful comments. My best friend's husband died in Lake Erie outside their home on a beautiful summer night. Riptides. Knowing how to swim is helpful, but knowing the water you're swimming in, and never being alone is the best advice. He was a very good swimmer. Unfortunately, he didn't know enough about the lake and he was alone. My brother just had this issue over spring break. Bunch of college kids in Florida and apparently he was the only one who knew what riptides were, much less what to do about them. He realized he was in one, got out. And since no one else knew what to do, he wound up having to go back out 2 or 3 more times to pull people out and then had to talk another one on getting out since he was too tired for any more rescues. The others were out there waving for help and the people on the boat were just waving hi back. It could have easily been multiple dead. Wear a helmet when riding any two-wheeled vehicle. Use the seatbelt provided. When it's dark out, use a reflective vest when out walking about. Edit. Yeah, also four-wheeled vehicles, duh. My dad has been a motorcycle rider since he was a teenager. Lifetime AMA member, we've ridden up and down the coast together, easily 40+ years of safe riding. He was coming home from my grandma's house across town a few summers ago, less than a 10-minute drive. Even though it was hot and he was on the same sleepy suburban streets he's been on for his entire life, he still put on his full gear, jacket with armor and boots, gloves and helmet. Someone tried to take a left turn in front of him and they collided, full on. His bike was utterly totaled, and he likely would have lost his leg, if not his life, if he'd been wearing even one less piece of gear. It took hours of surgery and months of rehab to get him healthy again, and he'll never quite be pain-free again in that leg. I hope one person sees this and thinks twice about skipping their helmet before a quick ride up the road. You never know how bad it can be. Probably the #1 reason why I've never pulled the trigger on a motorcycle. I know I'm too impatient to gear up every time I'd ride. So many hobbyist electricians forgetting to discharge microwave capacitors. Capacitors? You mean overpowered defibrillators? Seriously though, people underestimate or outright don't know the danger of caps. I for one still remember getting shocked by a digital camera's flash capacitor. They look harmless but those little fuckers pack a punch. Thanks for the memory. BZZZZZZZZZ. Colon cancer. Super curable when caught early. Death sentence when caught late. My uncle is going through this now. He has less than 3 years to live. My condolences. Condolences? We were all thinking it but decided it was wise not to. Except you. If you need to lean to reach something, then you need to climb down and move the ladder. I can't move the ladder any higher, damn it. Oh wait, I can stand on the top rung. It's the secret last step. People are so reckless with ladders. And an office chair or bedside table is not a safe substitute for a ladder. Especially if it's a wheeled chair, like holy fuck, that doesn't require a lot of brain power to know that won't end well. Death from wild animals. Most people are going up to animals and provoking them. What are they expecting to happen? People are trained to think cute fluffy animal is adorable because wild domestic animals like cats and dogs are deceptively friendly, as they've learned being nice to the humans can mean pets and food handed to them. Wild animals not so much. They're also self-trained to think that dogs growling and upset till they run away means the bear will do the same. No, it's just going to take your face off. All those people falling just for sake of a selfie. I was really shocked at how common this is. Jesus Christ, people need to stop taking selfies near trains and high up. These aren't even all of them, by a long shot. Notice there's one missing from my city where a guy fell from a construction site after taking a selfie, and that's just one I know about personally. I read this weird. My mind forgot to read the last 3 words and I was wondering, why would you fall for sake? Rocking the vending machine for an 85-cent bag of Cheetos. Around 11 a year lol. Vending machines are deadlier predators to humans than sharks. Ha, nice try shark, I know who pushes those vending machines. Don't tell sharks that. They have a reputation to defend. I'm not sure if it's common, but cervical cancer caused by HPV. There's a vaccine for strains of HPV that cause cancer that's done wonders at reducing it. And regular pap smears are great at detecting it and any cell abnormalities. Prevention and early detection is key. Everyone should get their HPV vaccines. When I was 17, my first sexual partner gave me high-risk HPV. It was less than 8 months after that encounter when I went to my general practitioner for a regular pap to refill my birth control. Came back funky, so I went into the gynecologist. The HPV spread so fast, so rapidly, the gynecologist was amazed. He had never seen it as bad as I had it. My entire cervix and the surrounding tissue was just filled with precancerous cells. I had to have actual surgery to remove the infected tissue. I had no idea it was even a thing. I had only heard of genital warts, never high-risk HPV. It was only a matter of time before it could have turned cancerous. I got really lucky. I used a condom, too. I got the vaccine in my 20s when it finally came out. Edit, I am fully aware the virus doesn't go away. Sigh. What I meant was they removed the abnormal cells. Gun accidents. There are rules around guns for reasons. My cousin is a little slow, but is still allowed to handle and shoot guns. I walked up to the truck after deer hunting and there was a rifle on the tailgate. He casually walked up, looked at the gun and pulled the trigger. It was pointed straight at my groin area and I assume would have killed me or at the very least maimed me had it been loaded. I refuse to be in the same area as other people who are handling guns. I love the it's okay to be drunk and armed culture of hunting. Like fishing, okay, that's a fish hook in the worst case scenario. Maybe on boats someone gets knocked over and you have multiple people trying to throw life preserver and swim to rescue you. Guns, you fuck up someone's dead.